The truth of the matter is we all need to go back to our states. If all the states are working, the federation will be working. I'm a northerner. I'm from Kano State. And I have been accused by colleagues and brothers in a very civil political discussion of dominating the polity, dominating the economy, and dominating the security. What is my economic situation? And what is my security situation today? Question is, look at all the indices of development. The North today is actually worse off. Security, education, prosperity, development, I don't know. What have you? The North is not very well positioned. In fact, other parts of the country that have been pushed off in opposition space have managed to organize themselves into a survival mode and come up with a credible economic and development model. So I will say to you that, look, I think this country needs to be reviewed, and I think need to be fairly and equitably structured. I've always advocated for what I call development federalism. Development federalism, in my view, is a consensus by the 6 regions and Abuja to create a development template over time and devolve power gradually to the regions and to the states. The truth of the matter is we all need to go back to our states. If all the states are working, the federation will be working, because development is not in isolation. Everywhere you go is either a local government or the state. So if you devolve power to the local government and to the states, and then create an economic investment template in the form of development federalism, which basically bring the potential of South-South to be an oil and gas hub in Africa, we will stop importing petroleum products. We will stop importing things that we should be exporting, and we will become net exporters of that product. The Southeast, we all know, are very ingenious people with technology, manufacturing, and trading. Please, let us invest heavily. Let us leverage on our resources and raise the capital to invest heavily in manufacturing so that we don't import things from India. We don't import things from China. We import and we produce these things we need for agriculture and for our transportation and other industrial machinery in the East. It's doable. I've been to Newi. I've been to the industrial hub of Aba. I have seen what the East can do. We will be proud to say, made in Aba, produced in Aba, made in Nigeria. And we will all be proud citizens. And the economy of the East will be a net contributor to the center. The same thing with the Southwest. Southwest dominantly is a manufacturing and marine economy. Singapore is exactly like that. And therefore, if we develop the marine economy, the ports, and the manufacturing base of the Southwest, we will be net exporters of goods and services and service providers in marine. And therefore, the Southwest economy will become net contributor. If you take the 3 regions of the North, Central, East, and West, and you take the 3 countries of Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam, our economy is almost the same thing. So, and these countries are booming individually. If you invest today in these regions in agriculture, agro-processing, and organized market with the standards for export, standards for feeding Africa, we're even lucky that the African Continental Free Trade Agreement is in effect. We have the whole of African market to ourselves and the world. We will be one of the richest regional zones in Nigeria. Therefore, the North will now become net contributor to the center. And Abuja can maintain our sovereignty, can maintain our identity, can maintain our defense, can maintain our currency, and we raise the flag. Now I am saying honestly, the structure of this country is not working. I don't want to be accused even when I am suffering. I want my people to wake up and rise up and feel proud, just like every other Nigerian will feel proud when that sense of ownership is created. We should review. After all, the amalgamation has expired. The advocating for change in an undemocratic way is not where we want to be. So the government of today should actually honestly review its position, and the National Assembly, as I said, with the political parties, both PDP and APC as the major parties and other parties, to sit down and say, how do we do this peacefully? We all love each other. We all are Nigerians. We all respect each other. At individual level, we all have friends across the whole country. And honestly, everybody wants to have a giant, functional, proud country called Nigeria in Africa.
In Nigeria, we have totally different definition and understanding of the word restructuring, and it differs from one zone to the other, one political party to the other, one association to the other, one activist group to the other. Different groups, different people, given different definitions of the word restructuring, looking at Nigeria. This one I have just talked about is restructuring. But what is restructuring when you are looking at a country? Where in the real sense of it, in leadership provision and then in democratic investment, the word restructuring started. It started in 1786 or so in United Kingdom. Meaning the elders, those who are considered to have the wisdom and the knowledge and been associated with the kings, came together to have discussed their future. And that discussions of the future is a strategic planning of what they expect their country to be in relation to the rest of the world. That is the set goal. That set goal is now the direction upon which generations and generations to come should be seen to build their country they are from. Meaning a direction has now been defined by the elders and the wisest in the land. That was restructuring, and that was the beginning, and that was the birth of the beginning from United Kingdom. And the next that did it was France, around 18 something, I cannot vividly remember, but it is in the 18th century, early part of it. They also sat down and worked out their own with a clear direction of what France should stand for, including their resources. Here, investment in a typical French person, investment in companies, directing them to go into the world and now bring resources back to their country, and then for them to always look inward. And whatever they have, from human resource to capital resource, all put together, should be seen to be colonized into making it French, to be for them, of them, by them. Correct? Then also after France, then one country that thrived to do the same is America. And that is one of the youngest ones in terms of restructuring. The elders in America, that's why up to today you look at Democrats and you look at Republicans. That's why till tomorrow they are talking of the wisest one, of the elders. If you look at the activities in their assembly in the Capitol Hill, you will see them always making referrals of their founding fathers. The statements and the outline that was documented, kept by their founding fathers, was the restructuring, meaning the rail upon which America's democracy is resting upon and is making her journey upon. That is their own restructuring. After America comes where? Comes China. China, Mao Zedong and the rest sat down and looked at their labor force and look at communism and look at other ingredients where every part of China is to be represented forever, and they will not be influenced by any force or any democracy anywhere else other than their culture, other than their history. It's like the old dynasties that make China all looking inwards, with all their leaders fully represented, and when then with their population, the size they came out, even as at that time, early 40s, early 90s, I think, no, early 40s, China had her own. And it was that direction that was said, that is what is regarded as restructuring, making referrals to the set goal direction by China into our economic life, social life, security, protection and sustenance of the spirit and principles of communism till this moment. And then the next after that is where? Indonesia. And this other country close to Indonesia, where Singapore. These two came up and sat down and charted their own. This is the most recent that people are looking at books. The letters, I can tell you, is the book written by him. What is it called? From third to first. The ingredients that form their direction, core restructuring, is right there. But in Nigeria, we have totally different definition and understanding of the word restructuring. And it differs from one zone to the other, one political party to the other, one association to the other, one activist group to the other. But the history of restructuring, the whole world over, I have told you where it started and I have told you where it is. In Nigeria, when do we get that done? How do we get it done? It is very easy. If you take away selfishness, if you take away mutual suspicion, if you take away abuses of right, if you take away with all sense of humility, ignorance out of some people, and if you take away the fact that some people are being driven by greed, looking at issues in Nigeria and how to maximize stealing from the resources, opportunities created for them in Nigeria. Some are in high positions. Some are contemporaries trying to rise up. Some are in the younger ones. This idea of stealing out of what we have, meaning the dirtiest aspect of greed, has already gotten itself into some certain people. With all sense of humility, some people used to say, if you can beat them, join them. So join them in stealing. You don't need such ideas. You don't need such stories to be told to our younger ones. If God has created you here in Nigeria, He expects the best out of you being exhibited in this country, and that is what we stand for. I have given you a little journey of history of restructuring in the life of democracy in the world, and I also told you about the misgivings or misapplications of services.
Hi, my people, welcome back. You know that okay, don't see where be okay this Nigeria inside this situation of it in a way some region they enjoy while some other regions they enjoy. You don't take away some people like they ask say they are marginalized. Where be okay, everyone they come online they complain for those people, and the solution to that type of problem the first man and the second man were una see for inside this video they bring up. So if you carefully listen to what they said, well, two of them say that for this country to be better, this country everybody need to go back to their own state for this country to be better. If not, nothing can benefit or nothing will better this country. That is what he said. I agree with what the first man said, because if you look at the situation of Nigeria now, the way some people are feeling marginalized and the way some people are being marginalized is something unacceptable, because you get some people where be okay this power of it where be okay everybody they talk about, they have not tested it before. Meanwhile, they are hungry for it so that they better this nation, because get a nation where it's okay you go deal where the nation they go backward, where you will be okay you can go hard, where your heart go declare. That's why you see many of them will be okay they feel marginalized, and those that are being marginalized are trying to bring this country forward. And for you to bring this country forward, you have to follow the process. The process might be what these two men, okay, they speak for this video said. The first one said that for them to get peace for this country, make everybody go back to their own state. And as for me, I pick something from written that man talk. You get some talk where be okay in talk, where be okay in give me joy. You get some talk where be okay in talk, where be say in give me whatever thing will be okay me I want, because he don't get many ways will be okay me I don't correct myself in many ways now, because this country now I don't go backward where no be the position where this country did as of 1990s back then. I this country did now. This country don't go where the country itself no, and the only problem or the only thing that could solve the problem is what these two men said. So you will be okay they hear us now. Me I did sure say okay you get what you want to talk concerning what's in these two persons talk. I beg, if you get anything where you want to talk, make it drop your own thoughts, and if not today be your first time, make don't forget to share, like. Thank you.